It's bracket time. March Madness time. We are ready. $100 Academy card, gift card away. If we win, do we get the money or does we go to the third place? Because I'm going to win. So, actually, if I do win, we'll still give it away to the next closest guy.
I'll just let it slide because I'm aiming for that perfect bracket from ESPN. Yeah. I want that $1 million whatever.
Well, I'm going to tell you, with Ole Miss in the Final Four, I keep bringing this up. So, okay, hey, first of all,
betting on the upset.
Yeah, before we get to the March Madness bracket and who our picks are for this week, I want to say this. You did beat me last week. You predicted Houston, Duke, and Memphis to win the tournaments, okay? So Houston did win the Big 12. Duke won the ACC without Cooper Flagg. That'll be interesting to see with your Duke pick if Cooper Flagg's going to be back.
That's it. That's exactly why. I wonder if he's going to be 100% or not.
Memphis won the AAC, but UAB did face him in the finals. I was hoping UAB was going to get it. Now they just only made the NIT. Michigan wins the Big 10. Big surprise. Neither of us had Michigan. They had the buzzer beater in the Final Four, end up winning the championship. Florida dominated. That was an impressive performance. You got to like the Gators going a long way in your bracket. I'm interested to see where you have Florida. I actually have the Gators winning it all. St. John's wins the Big East. They're in Florida's side of the bracket. They're a 2 seed. Rick Pitino has that team humming. I don't know if you saw Hypnotize in the Madison Square Garden, but St. John's crowd, supposedly there's a billionaire involved with them wanting to keep the money flowing into there. St. John's is going to be a power for here to come. I'm just telling you right now.
I agree. I bet they are.
Also, another thing I saw, your boy finally did get signed, Cooper Kupp. Side note.
Oh, the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah. But wish he would have gone to Washington.
I know.
But I get it. He's going to a team that I think he figures he can kind of, retire into.
Yeah. And we got Sam Darnold in him now, so.
And what was the school that he went to for college?
Eastern Washington.
Yeah, so it was a cold school, right?
Yeah.
So Seattle, Washington.
And Washington, yep.
So I think he's closer to home. I think that's what this is more about.
Yep.
And he's just ready for his end of his run.
Got you. All right, so let's get to our head-to-head this week. We're going to pick 7 games that are actually happening in the first round, and then we'll go to our Final Four picks and our national championship pick. First, North Carolina gets the big win last night. I called that. You had it in the picks as well.
Yep.
They're going to play Ole Miss. Obviously,
what a good parlay off of them last night.
North Carolina, Ole Miss. You have Ole Miss going to the Final Four. Are you picking your boys in North Carolina, or are you going to pick Ole Miss? I'm actually going to change my pick. I'm going to take North Carolina.
You're going to take North Carolina.
Yes, because I know that Ole Miss is going. You have Ole Miss going to the Final Four, so you can't. There's no way you can go against Ole Miss on a head-to-head.
No.
I'm taking North Carolina now, so that means you guys switched to Ole Miss.
No, I'm North Carolina.
Then why do you have Ole Miss going to the Final Four?
Because I have the 11 team beating the 16.
All right, so we've changed our picks. Okay. Chance actually had North Carolina winning, even though he's got Ole Miss going to the Final Four.
I'm going to beat him one way or the other. I'm going to win with this pick, or I'm going to win with my bracket.
Exactly. That's a smart move. I'm actually going to take North Carolina. I guess you're going to take Ole Miss because you have to now.
Yeah.
Drake, Missouri. This is an underrated game. Drake's 30-4. Like, this is a really good team. I think the Drake curse ends via Toronto Drake, and they beat Missouri. The line's at 6.5, but I like Drake at plus 6.5.
Sky, out.
She's good.
Okay. Drake at plus 6.5 for you. I've got to have Mizzou win by 6.5. I think, like you said, the Drake curse might be over, but Mizzou is a team that just keeps surprising everybody.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going with Mizzou.
All right. While these are SEC, there's some of the SEC teams in it. I love it. Georgia versus Gonzaga, a 9 versus an 8 seed. Gonzaga, a 6.5-point favorite. I'm taking the Zags. This is a year that nobody's talking about Gonzaga. I think they're going to have a good little run. I'm taking Gonzaga at 6.5.
I like that pick, actually. I just had to go against you on this one just for a little bit of flavor. But I went with Georgia. But I do think that the reason Georgia might lose this, if they do, is because of the SEC tournament.
Well, you can still win. Georgia at plus 6.5. They still
lose. Well, I still think. But I'm just saying, if Georgia does lose out entirely, I think that's why.
All right, this is a West matchup. Arkansas at Kansas. Both teams, I think, that underperformed this year.
Yes.
Arkansas is a 10 seed. Kansas is a 7 seed. Kansas is favored by 4.5. I think Kansas finally gets it together.
Same.
Okay, all right, so you're taking Kansas as well, 4.5.
Oh, yeah, and I think it's going to be probably about an 8-point game. I think Arkansas has been beat up a little bit at the end of this stretch, and I think it's going to show in this tournament.
All right, Baylor versus Mississippi State. Mississippi State, 1.5-point favorite. I'm taking Mississippi State. I think Baylor has been up and down, so has Mississippi State. I just think Mississippi State has a good game and represents for the SEC.
So exactly the same reason I said before is this. Like you said, they've both been up and down. Well, only one of those teams got beat up on in the SEC tournament against much better challenged teams. Baylor did not. So I think Baylor is going to be the up in this game.
I got you. Okay, that's a good pick. All right, this is a big game. Winner plays Florida. Oklahoma, number 9 versus UConn. UConn. Dan Hurley's been acting crazy. I don't know if you ever watched it. He's just chaos. But I still think they win, and then they go get beat by Florida. So I'm taking UConn at the 5.5.
Same. Got UConn moving on.
All right, next game, interesting game. Vandy, a 10 seed in the East, facing St. Mary's. St. Mary's a 3.5-point favorite. St. Mary's is a good basketball team. I don't think Vandy's good, but I think St. Mary's is better. I'm taking St. Mary's.
So I'm going with Vandy as the upset this year. Everybody's on the 11 seeds. I think this is going to be the 10 seed that upsets somebody and surprises everybody. But I think then Vandy goes down the next week.
Okay, so I don't think you saw this. I kind of put this in here, but I'm going to do 2 sleeper teams.
I did not see this.
That are 10 seeds or above that can make the Sweet 16.
Okay.
So if you want to go to your bracket, you may actually have your answers to yourself while you're on your bracket. I'm going to go with Drake. I have them beating Missouri, 11 seed.
Where do I see it at?
Or you can just look and see if you have any teams bigger than a 10 seed go to the Sweet 16.
Yeah. Let's see. Yale.
Yale's one of them. So, Yale. All right. So, Yale's one for Chance. Drake is one for me. My other one is going to be, and a lot of people are on this one, is actually UC San Diego. UC San Diego is 30-4. Just like Drake. Both those teams are big-time winning teams, so I'm going to go with them. Chance, is there any other more you had were 10 seed or above, or one that you maybe to look out for?
I'm looking Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, that's the other one. Vanderbilt.
But hold on, still got the rest of this list. I might have made some crazy choices.
Texas Xavier, right there.
Yeah, Texas or Xavier.
It's the winner of tonight's game, Texas Xavier. So that'll be your other one. It's actually probably a good pick because they're both big schools,
exactly,
and they're just an 11 seed. So Chance has got Yale and then Texas Xavier winner to go to the Sweet 16. I got UC San Diego and Drake.
Well, who was the other school? I had Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt wasn't the Sweet 16, actually.
No,
it was only the second round.
Oh, okay.
And also, I think Chance is taking Yale because if you don't recall, they did beat Auburn last year in the first round.
Yep. And if you watch them play in the Ivy League tournament, they whooped up.
Yeah, they're good. I'm telling you, they're a really good team.
I think it was them and was it Harvard?
Yep.
That was in the championship.
Yep.
And they whooped Harvard. And if you watch them play, they moved that ball around great.
It's the same things they did against Auburn last year.
So I think Yale will get an upset.
All right, Final Four predictions.
Oh gosh,
I like the Gators coming out of the West. I like Auburn coming out of the South. I like Houston and Duke. So, I'm going all 1 seeds. Wow, that is not a Burgin type bracket. And I'm almost ashamed of myself. But I just think these 4 teams are better than everybody in their bracket. The only one that actually gives me concern is Florida against St. John's. Okay? But I'm taking the Gators, Auburn, Houston, and Duke. I think all 4 of those teams are just the best teams in the country. I'm going an all 1 seed Final Four. I got Houston coming out of...
Oh, sorry.
Scroll up a little bit.
You?
Yeah. I got Houston coming out of the Midwest. I got Duke coming out of the East, Florida out of the West, and Auburn out of the South. All 1 seed Final Four. I'm ashamed, but I think those 4 teams are better than anybody else. And then I actually have Florida cutting down the nets and beating Houston in the national champion. They impressed me too much this weekend. I know I'm a Gator at heart, but I think they're the best team in the country.
So if we can switch over to mine right here, you're going to see I've got Auburn coming out of the, South?
Yep.
Coming out of the, top right one? East. I've got
Duke. No, Wisconsin. Wow, that could be a good pick, Chance.
Wisconsin coming out of the top of the East. Out of the Midwest, I've got Houston, and out of the West, I've got Florida.
So Ole Miss did not make your Final Four. I kind of was giving a hard time. They actually made his Elite 8.
Yes.
So it was not the Final Four. But yes, Auburn, Florida, Wisconsin, Houston. A very similar Final Four. We only have one different. But you have a different championship and a different champion.
So, with my championship, we've got Auburn-Houston. Obviously, we're going to go against him with the Florida-Houston because I think Auburn's making it there. But I do think Houston's going to make it. Our only difference is I don't have every 1 seed as our championship. I did that last year, and it screwed me. I do think there's going to be one of these teams, and it might even be Houston knocked out early.
Yeah.
But I had to go with this. It's going to be Auburn-Houston. Auburn cutting down the nets with a total points of 171.
Well, and again, it did devastate him so much he only just chose 3 1-seeds this year. So it was just crushing to him. So he changed this up so much that he only went with 1 3-seed. So between us, we have 7 1-seeds making it and 1 3-seed. We are really going for upset specials here. I think more of our upsets are going to be on the first couple rounds.
Oh yeah, and I think I'm going to try that strategy again this year. I did it a couple times last year until
betting the
where you bet the underdog the entire way through. But then I think when Auburn got beat, I was just so upset. I just kind of quit doing it.
Well, like I said, and again, $100 Academy gift card to the winner of our bracket challenge. It's Tide and Tigers bracket. We're going to post the link on Instagram and the YouTube channel so you can subscribe. See if you can beat the pros, the experts here, the 1-seed experts apparently. So, but yeah, it'll be a fun March Madness. I can't wait. Auburn for his champion, Florida for mine. Not disgrace Alabama, but with Grant Nelson injury, the way things kind of, I just. Auburn, I think Bama could make a Final Four. I just see them going out in the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8 this year. So, but yes, good luck to you, my friend. May the best man win. And again, we'll know a lot more next week going into the Sweet 16 on how our projections. But yes, get subscribed.
Subscribe, like, and share. Get more people involved. The more you get, the more we can do.
And not just that, but you got to be subscribed to be able to get the Academy gift card here on Tide and Tigers.
War Eagle.